Attention, weekend warrior golfers, and you know who you are. When we sign up for these tournaments and there's a prize, we expect not that we're gonna win it, but if we win it, we're gonna get the prize, right? Like it's not a scam. You don't want to scam. An Arkansas man named Austin Claggett entered into a tournament in Morrilton, Arkansas in 2022 called the Tournament of the Century. Should have been called the Rip-Off of the Century because they advertised very heavily and very clearly. Not just you could win a car or you could win a truck, but check this out. The Morrilton Country Club said this in a Facebook post. Need a good excuse to play in the Century Tournament on October 8th and 9th? Here is a big reason to. Our local dealership, J. Hodge Ford, McGee Ford, has given us a truck. A specific truck, it says, has given us a truck to give away to the first person who makes a hole-in-one on the designated giveaway hole. So on September 13th, they made a Facebook post saying you could win a truck. On October 4th, they made another Facebook post saying you could win a truck. On October 8th, they did it again. I'm telling you, they're going hot and heavy with this truck. Which, why wouldn't they? Cause look at this thing. She's a beauty. Look, they're not giving the truck away, okay? It costs $375. That's like a week's worth of work for a minimum wage worker. They charge $375 for a team of 4 people to enter this tournament. That's more than $90 a person. You're really paying for your chance to win this truck. Surely they're not lying about a chance to win a truck. No one would go on Facebook and offer a truck that wasn't real, would they? Now, the truck being offered at the Tournament of the Century was not just an idea of a truck. There's an actual truck parked beside hole 10. It's an actual truck. This is the truck you win. It's a 2022 Ford F-150 4x4 SUPERCREW. Presumably, you and your entire golf team can drive away in that truck should you win it. It even listed the VIN, which is a lot of numbers I'm not gonna get into, and a sticker price. Oh my word! $53,595! Wow, this is a serious prize. The tournament was later that day on October 8th. My man, Austin Claggett, the plaintiff in this lawsuit, shows up to hole 10, and at 2:05 in the afternoon, a calm has settled over the crowd. There's a slight breeze, presumably blowing left to right. He sees the trees and the leaves waving. And for one moment, Austin Claggett becomes one with the golf ball. He hits the perfect shot. He hits the dream shot. He hits that shot that every golfer wants to hit every single time they stand over the tee on a par 3. He aced it. And this isn't for bragging rights. This isn't to win the hole. This isn't to win $10 off of a buddy. It's $54,000! He won! He won! He won! As I sit here, I can't believe it. He won $54,000. Not by like a random drawing. He did what they dared him to do. He hit the perfect golf shot. He hit it in the hole. There are guys on the PGA Tour who have never hit a hole-in-one in their entire lives. There are ladies on the LPGA who have never hit a hole-in-one, and he did it with $54,000 on the line. If I was wearing a hat,
which I'm clearly not,
I would tip my hat to Austin Claggett. Very impressive. I wonder how he's enjoying the truck. Wait, what? He filed a lawsuit just a few days later because, and this is the part I cannot believe, because right away they told him,
"Oh, sorry. We can't give you that truck."
And here's what I think the story is. The way that hole-in-one challenges work in golf tournaments is they're generally a fundraiser, right? Someone's trying to make money. Like it might be for a nonprofit, might not be for a nonprofit, but the tournament organizer is supposed to buy an insurance policy, and let's say it's $200 or $300 or $500 that they are gonna pay to an insurance company, and it's just to make sure that they don't lose out, right? Because they want to be able to give away a prize, but they don't want that prize to make them lose money on the tournament. Now, they didn't tell Mr. Claggett, "We're not sure you're gonna get the truck." They told him straight up,
"You're not getting it."
And how do I know that? Because he filed his lawsuit 1 day after the tournament ended. It was a 2-day tournament. He won the truck on day 1. Day 2, the tournament keeps going. Day 3, he filed his lawsuit, 16 pages long. I mean, I guess he left the country club and went right to the lawyer's office. 16 pages they wrote up. So I read this lawsuit online and I was like, I'm just gonna call Andrew Norwood, he's the plaintiff's attorney, and let's hear what he has to say. Andrew, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, I really appreciate you taking my call. So, you filed this lawsuit on behalf of Austin Claggett. You did it the day after the contest ended, is that right?
That's right.
That's amazing. Did you try to reach out to either the country club or the Ford dealership before you sued them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to make sure, anytime I have a client comes in and gives me what happened, their version, I want to do some research on that to make sure I'm not just about to file like a wrong lawsuit or lawsuit with bad facts. And I reached out, and I can tell you that both the country club and the Ford dealership, I believe, they're not contesting he didn't hit a hole-in-one. They're just pointing the finger at the other one to say that the other one should be responsible for paying for it.
Oh, not my fault, their problem. So have they received your lawsuit yet, or do they know about it?
They do. I've actually been in contact with both of them. They've both retained counsel, and I've been in contact with both of them.
So I read an Arkansas Supreme Court case called, I think it was Burns, or I can't remember the name of it. But there's an Arkansas Supreme Court case that basically says you guys win.
Well, that's the ultimate goal of this exercise.
Yeah. Do you know, has your client ever hit a hole-in-one before this tournament?
No, he's been playing golf for 9 years. He's 27 years old, and he's never hit a hole-in-one in his life. This was his very first one. He saw an advertisement online that they were giving away a truck. And so he rounded up a couple of his buddies to complete the team. They paid their $375 entry fee and went there to compete in it for the sole purposes, honestly, of trying to win that truck. They got there. The truck is on the 10th tee box, parked right there next to the tee box. When they get to the 10th green or the 10th tee box, there's a worker on behalf of the country club sitting there with a pair of binoculars, and she looks at him and says, "Hey, this is the hole. If you hit the hole-in-one, that you win the truck." And Austin actually looked at her and jokingly said, "Okay, we'll go get the keys because I'm about to hold this thing." And then he thought he had hit it bad, so he was bending. He goes, "Oh, that's not it," and he's bending down to pick up his tee, and then everyone loses their mind. And he's like, "What's going on?" He goes, "He didn't have his eye on it because he bent down to pick up the tee," and everyone starts screaming, "You made it, you made it," including the person from the country club. And he thought they were kidding with him, and it wasn't until they drove down there and he pulled the exact ball he had just hit out of the hole that he believed them.
That is fantastic, man. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can't give him credit for calling a shot because everyone, when they stand over that shot, says, "I'm about to make that shot," right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, well, I hope you guys win. I hope he gets his truck, and I really appreciate you taking a minute to talk with me.
All right, no problem, sir.
Thank you. Hey, that was Andrew Norwood, the actual lawyer for the actual guy who actually hit the hole-in-one. He's filed his lawsuit. I hope he wins it. So, we know what the challenge was. Hit a hole-in-one. We know that he did it. Now we know how it works, right? We know that they're supposed to have an insurance policy that pays out. This type of insurance is called prize indemnification insurance. You probably don't need it unless you're hosting some sort of tournament or competition with a prize. But for people that do this sort of thing, they know what it is. Then the insurance companies are happy to sell it because look, the stats on a hole-in-one are 1 out of 5,000 for an amateur golfer. 1 out of 5,000. So to do it is really unlikely. So who's gonna win this lawsuit? Well, this is a question of contract law. Here's what we have. We have an offer. Pay money to be in this competition to see if you can win. We have an acceptance. Mr. Claggett paid the money and he entered the contest. So we have an offer and an acceptance. We have a performance. He actually hit the shot that they were betting he couldn't hit. So they have to perform. Offer, acceptance, performance. They gotta pay up. And what are his damages? Damages in a contract case are the value of the contract that was supposed to be performed. So in this case, it's not some random, we said we're gonna give him a car. Well, you can get a car for $2,000. He can't go in there and claim he's gonna get a $200,000 Lamborghini. They didn't say a truck. They said here's the truck. They even have the VIN number. So they know what trim line it is. They know what color it is. Everything about that truck is known. They wouldn't give it to him. But this isn't a gift. He earned it. So they're in breach of the contract. And that's why when Claggett goes down to the lawyer's office, they're ready to file suit immediately, because this isn't some unknown area of law. Like, you and I may never think about the fact that when we enter into a contest like that, we're actually entering into a contract, but we are. They offer, you accept by paying and entering, you perform if you hit the shot. You know what? We see this on TV all the time. Kick a field goal at halftime of a football game, or make a half-court shot, and it's sponsored by some company. They're gonna give you $50,000. Hey, those people don't even pay to go down there and do it. And those claims are enforceable as well, because simply doing the work, accepting it, and going down there and doing the act that they think that you can't do, this long shot, this against all odds performance, if you do it, you're entitled to the money. You might think that something like this has never come up before. First of all, even though it seems rare, people do hit hole-in-one shots. And this isn't the first time, even in this state, that a company has said, well, we're not actually gonna pay out. In fact, there was a case called Danny Starr versus Burford Distributing Inc., where Mr. Starr hit the shot. They refused to pay. He won a judgment against them, and not only did they not pay when he won, they didn't pay when he sued. He won at trial, and they didn't pay again. He had to appeal it to the state Supreme Court just to get his $40,000. Come on. My guess is that there's gonna be a bunch of guys who know this story and gals who hear this story and say, I don't want to be in that tournament. Like, they're just tricking you. Now, in a lot of states, there are, in addition to contract theories, there are statutes that are passed specifically to protect the rights of people who enter into contests. This state has one called the Prize Promotion Protection Act. And it says if you promote a prize available in a contest and someone wins it, you have to pay up. So it removes from the jury the ability to say, well, it wasn't an offer and acceptance, or it wasn't really a contract or whatever. There's a specific statute that says that you win. Now, Mr. Claggett has not pled that statute in his lawsuit, but that statute is out there. And they have them in many states because we want to have fun in these games. We want to be able to think that if we make the long shot, if we do the unthinkable, that we're gonna get the prize. It's just a scam if they sign you up and you can never win. It's fine if it's hard to win. It's fine if people rarely win. But if you sign up and you do it, you deserve the money. And I'm so glad that Mr. Claggett found a lawyer who was willing to sue for him. And I'm glad that contract law is really clear in this area. And I'm glad that the legislature has passed a law that protects people, because games like this are fun. But I don't want to just pretend that it's fun. If you're like me, you want the person who wins the prize to actually get the prize. Because what fun is it getting into a raffle or entering into a contest if you don't actually get paid? Even if I don't win, I enjoy participating more if I know that someone is gonna win. And I think we probably all feel that way. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you stayed till the end and you haven't subscribed, sometimes I think you don't want to win. Subscribe! Smash the whatever that bell notification button is. You know what? Smash all the buttons. Share this video with the best golfer that you know, someone that you think is likely to hit a hole-in-one. I'll be back soon. Take care.